Hello, good morning, everyone. Welcome to FREEWrite Friday. My name is Jessica Lynn Johnson. I am the founder and CEO of Soaring Solo Studios, which is a company dedicated to the direction and development of one-person plays. I am also a solo artist. I toured for about 13 years with my first two solo shows, and I'm currently writing my third solo show. I am a blogger for NoHo Arts. I write a blog called Soaring Solo, which is dedicated to solo artists. I sit on the advisory board for the LA Women's Theater Festival and have directed and developed well over 100 solo shows. So that's a little bit about me. I'd love to hear about you. Please say hi in the chat. Let me know where you're at in your solo theater journey and where you're tuning in from. That would be great. And if you're watching this back on YouTube, please use the comments to do that. All right, so the mission of FREEWrite Friday is really just to look at structure, to have a more heady experience of the creation of a solo show. And it's not really a space where we do Q&A or where we share our work. That's really more reserved for my free class and other events that I do. But this is really more lecture and then writing, and then we call it a day. So that is FREEWrite Friday. And the next FREEWrite Friday, if you want to go ahead and mark your calendar, is happening on Friday, January 7th, 10 a.m. Pacific, noon Central, 1 p.m. Eastern. So feel free to sign up on my website, just like you did for today, and join us then. Housekeeping, if you're going to be doing anything distracting, please go ahead and turn your camera off. Otherwise, love to see your beautiful faces. And please make sure that you either have something nearby you to write with and write on, or something to handhold record yourself while you're maybe ad-libbing and recording your thoughts. Either way would work. Okay. So we have been looking at Joseph Campbell's The Hero's Journey for the last probably month and some change, and reimagining it for the journey of the solo artist. So it's okay if you're just joining and you missed the other ones. You can always go back to my YouTube channel and watch the replays of other FREEWrite Fridays. And I try to make each one stand alone so that you get something out of it, even if you're just tuning in for the first time. So today we're looking at the 9th step on the hero's journey, called the reward. And really what I want to say about this with regard to the solo artist is that the reward is something that is obtained after you've gone through some sort of obstacle, challenge, battle. This could be inner battle, outer battle, a death of some sort, either, literally or figuratively, a death of something in your world, or a death of some side of self. And you've come out on the other side of it, and what you obtained from living through that experience is the reward. So maybe that's a tangible reward like financial, or a job promotion, or a relationship enhancement, or it might just be an internal shift and insight that you receive, but some sort of reward that comes out of going through that fire and living through it and being a stronger individual because of it. So with that in mind, I'll tell you a story that I'm considering putting in my third solo show that I think exemplifies the reward system in a solo show. So it was about a decade ago, maybe 7 or 8 years ago, I was engaged, and I was really grappling with, do I want to stay in this relationship? It was fairly tumultuous, and I wasn't certain that that was where I wanted to plant my roots for the rest of my life. And I had an opportunity to go to Maui on a spiritual retreat and be with a mentor and life coach at that time. And it was all about relationships and relationship to self and to others. So I went, and when I was at this Maui retreat, it was a lot of battles internally. I was facing a lot of internal demons. I was really having to look at that relationship for what it was. And so it was certainly a very challenging experience, but it was also a very beautiful experience. And in that experience, I would say, as I was able to work my way through it, the reward of it was I met myself again. I really found myself again. I gained new insight about that relationship and a clear know that it was not where I was supposed to spend the rest of my life. This was not the person that I was meant to be with. And so that insight, while difficult, was a reward. And that meeting myself again and finding that inner strength was a reward. But it's not the end of the show. And that's what Joseph Campbell talks about, is with the reward. It's not like, oh, there's a pretty bow and now the show's over. The reward is still not the end of the journey, but it is something that happens that is a gain. And then the character has to take it into the next chapter of their life. So using the example I was just talking about, after I had that insight, after I met myself again, I did have to go back to Los Angeles and that relationship and move out of that home and tell our friends and our family and like all the things that came in that chapter after that. But the reward was still something that I could carry with me. So with all of that in mind, and looking at your own lives or the life of the protagonist, whoever the hero of your particular solo show journey might be, I want you to think about a reward that you obtained, again, internally or externally, tangibly or more metaphorically, however you want to look at it, a reward that you obtained that allowed you to go into the next phase of your journey with more strength, more empowerment, more knowledge, more insight, whatever that might be. So I'm going to give you 8 minutes, and I just want you to write about that period of your life where you faced an obstacle or a challenge, you got some sort of reward from it, and then you moved into the next phase of your life carrying that reward with you. So again, this isn't about getting it right. It's expression over perfection. And I will let you know when your 8 minutes are up. And if you do have any questions for me pertaining to the prompt, feel free to privately put it in the chat and I'll let you know. But otherwise, jump in and I'll let you know when your time's up. Okay, please wrap up your writing. Hopefully, you got something really valuable out of that. And I would say another takeaway that I feel like gleaned from looking at Joseph Campbell's The Reward um, in the hero's journey is just that as playwrights, I think it's so powerful and such a gift for our audience when we can look at an obstacle or a trauma or a tragedy, and we can reframe it to find the gift in it, to find the reward in it that we were able to obtain. Again, whether it's an insight or a monetary gift, or something tangible or something internal, either way, if we can find those reframes and those paradigm shifts to offer our audience as playwrights and solo performers, that is such a huge gift that gives them hope, it gives them healing, it gives them, again, a new perspective to see what they're going through in their own lives. I think of Justin Sandler, who's a beautiful client of mine, who did a show, Embrace Love Free, which was all about his journey with cancer. And not only did he survive, he thrived, and he really found the reward of discovering toxic masculinity within him that was keeping feelings and emotions really suppressed, which ultimately wasn't good for his physical health and well-being. And so through his journey with cancer, he learned to be much more in touch with his feelings as a man in our society, and to express himself more wholly and healthily. And so that gift was huge for so many people in his audience, and obviously in his own life. So just some things to think about when you're looking for the rewards in your life, and how you can utilize those things as powerful gifts for your audience, in addition to a powerful reframe for yourself. Okay, if you look in the chat, I put a few announcements happening in the Soaring Solo community, beginning with my free classes tomorrow. So if you'd like to come to the Art of Creating the One-Person Play virtually, it's happening tomorrow, Saturday, December 11th, which is my birthday. So I'm so excited to celebrate my birthday with you all in my free class. That's 10 a.m. Pacific, noon Central, and 1 p.m. Eastern. You can sign up on my website, soaringSoloStudios.com, under free stuff, or you can also find it under events, and you'll get the Zoom link sent to you. Also, if you're thinking about doing the Hollywood Fringe Festival, which is international, you can come from anywhere to be a part of it. And if they're doing a streaming option or virtual option this year, which I think they might be, you might not even have to travel to Los Angeles to do it. There may be other ways to participate. So definitely start thinking about the Hollywood Fringe Festival, which is happening in June 2022, as a great stake to put in the ground for your solo show. And if you wanted to do some coaching around that, I'd be happy to help you with that. I have one-on-one consultations. I have power pair sessions with you and another solo artist, as well as small group coaching. And then we have a series of intensives that we teach as well with Soaring Solo instructor Heather Dowling and myself. And then another great stake to put in the ground, I'm doing a virtual reading series, which launched back in September of 2021. And these are just virtual script readings of one-person shows that are works in progress. So you don't have to be totally done with your script, but you want to be in some stage of development where you could really utilize some feedback from your virtual audience, so that you know how to improve upon your script, see what's working, see what's not working, and also just dip your toe in with sharing such vulnerable material with an audience and having a meaningful goal that you're working towards. So that series is called Revealed. It's going through April of 2022. If you think you might be interested in that, just go ahead and email me at soaringsoloartist@gmail.com for more information about Revealed. And a lot of you joined me throughout the pandemic for my experience called Isolate, Meditate, Create, which is a series of guided meditations and visualizations, and then writing together. So that's another wonderful way to access the stories that might want to be a part of your solo show, through meditation and visualization. So if you missed that experience when it was happening, or if you want to go back and relive it, I have over 120 episodes on my YouTube channel of Isolate, Meditate, Create, and other guided visualizations and meditations. It's all free. It's all on my YouTube channel. So just look up Jessica Lynn Johnson, Soaring Solo LLC. I have a few different YouTube channels, but you'll know you're on the right one if it has hundreds of videos, because that's where they all live. And what else can I tell you? I already mentioned at the top that Free Write Friday is happening again on Friday, January 7th at 10 a.m. Pacific, noon Central, and 1 p.m. Eastern. So just RSVP the same way you did today. And you can catch all the content from Free Write Friday that you may have missed on my YouTube channel as well. So if you missed any and you want to go back and catch up, I encourage that. And I think that's everything. So thank you all so very much. I'll leave the chat up for a few minutes in case you want to jot down any of the announcements or finish saying hi to one another. But I'm going to go ahead and jump off. So have a beautiful Friday. Bye, everyone.